Okay, welcome back. Hey, how about a follow-up video to the Model A not charging? So, yeah, wasn't charging. Actually, was charging and then spiking, and then not spiking and not charging and jumping all over the place. So I attributed it to brushes in the alternator. One set probably shorting out. I was correct because I put the other alternator on it, and so far so good. Back to charging 14 volts. The battery is a little low, so she jumped right up. I eliminated a whole bunch of wires when I was doing this. So there's a lot of comments about a one-wire feed Chevy alternator in the Ford case. I think it's a great idea. Problem is, I can buy that alternator right there, 65 amp, under $30. So I already had I put a new regulator on it, trying that. Wasn't that. I did do the bypass where you jump it to make the alternator charge and check it, and it still was spiking. Actually, it was arcing. So it wasn't the voltage regulator, and I have another one. So I have a spare. Yeah, so that's where I am. Now I got to clean all the wiring up. It was all in loom. I am going to eliminate a lot of the wiring on this that I don't need. I put a GPS speedometer in it. The little black box right there. Let's see. I don't think it won't help if I turn the power on to it because it has to come off the key. So there's a little green light right there that'll come on. It's not green right now, but there's a little dot right there at the end of my finger. That'll be green when it's fully charged. And I still have to go down the road and calibrate it. But as for now, it is, that's where it is. So I got GPS, I got a speedometer. I'm got back to charging. I picked up, what do we got? I had this one. This is a this is a 6-way, and then I bought a. This has got 10. They're fuse boxes. I'm going to put it. There is just the old style fuse box in here with the glass fuses, and it's right in here under the cowl. Well, that's hard to do and look. So I'm actually pointing at the radiator, but it actually makes it look like I'm pointing at the firewall. It's a little deceiving to look through the viewfinder or look at my finger. So anyway, so right in here, there's a fuse box, and it's got those glass bus type fuses in it. I'm going to change that out. I'm going to relocate everything to, there we go, pointing at the radiator again, but I'm actually right in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to change this out. It's very functional, but very ugly. Taking this out of here, I'm going to put a new battery cable on it, bring it right up there, and then I will put a junction that has it'll be up a little higher, probably underneath the solenoid. Get my finger right there, the starter solenoid. And I have that on the rat rod. What I did was I bought it, and I can't for the life of me remember the part number. I'll have to look it up in one of my receipts. But what it does, you drill a hole, it puts a 1/2-inch hole through. It's an insulated, it bolts together. It is through the firewall for power. And it's a bulkhead. And the power will come up, and then it'll jump over to the starter relay, solenoid relay, and then it'll go inside, and it'll do another little junction, and that'll feed the fuse box. And to the key, power to the key, power to the fuse box, because I'll have things like headlights and 4A flashers on and brake lights on all the time. And the rest will be on the switch, the key switch. So maybe not even, maybe just brake lights, headlamps, brake lights, 4A flashers. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm not going to put much on it because, and then under the dash, like I have on the 52 and the the rat rod, I've got shuts the ground off. I've got a switch that'll shut the ground right off. It's a big brass switch. I'll install one of these here because I can kill the power from right inside the cab. So that's what I plan on doing. I plan on cleaning up the wiring. When I do this this winter, when I rewire this, now the park lights and the headlights are all on the same circuit and on the same wire. They feed in this headlight. The park lights feed off the headlight. So the power for the headlights. So what I plan on doing is running new wire out there, changing that out. So on the two-way switch, it'll go back to being one notch out park lights. Second notch out will feed the headlamps. What else? I'm gonna do my temp. I mean, there is some blemishes on this car. See, there's one right here. One right here. This one I did. So I'm gonna plan on one right here. I've got some of the original paint from this left. I'm going to try to thicken it by putting it out and letting it dry down a little bit, and then work it with a small brush, a very fine tip brush, and dab those in over 4 or 5 coats, and then get them up, and then maybe I can rub it down with a little bit of compound in that area. Just maybe. We'll see what happens. Just want to kind of fill those in so they don't, I was going to say rust those fiberglass fenders, but just so we don't lose any more paint in that area. It'll kind of hold it together. So that's the video. Thanks for subscribing. Some new subscribers. I've been checking out other channels, and there's a lot of good stuff out there. Love the comments. I try to answer everyone. I'm going to go in and watch some videos of the guys I generally follow, which is everybody. I try to subscribe to everybody who subscribes to me. If it is in the automotive field and stuff, I have a few that I don't subscribe to. Actually, I got a few that I do that isn't automotive. So forget that. I always try to reciprocate by following back and checking them out, and I haven't been disappointed on any of those channels. They're great channels. So, okay. So, before I go, one more thing. We're at the 8-minute mark right now. Right? Chiming the bell, 8:01. So, we had a bad storm come through here on Friday night. It started about 3:30. It rained pretty much all day. And what it did is you can actually see the remnants of the water on the floor. Over there, those lights are on the back. That's my house, and the house is down farther than the garage here. But the wind and the rain was so bad, it blew water under my doors and filled the drain. It's just a little tiny drain, and flooded the entire garage. Leaves and dirt and everything, all this spring stuff that was around. So it was 50 degrees. It was raining like cats and dogs, and then it started steadily dropping about 4:30 and turned to snow and got down to 30 degrees, and we had about 4 inches of snow on the grass, very little on the roads. They scraped them off and of course put some more salt down, which will slow down getting back out with the cars and the trucks. But yeah, I had to bring I've got a heater, it's a portable heater, and I brought that out last night, and I cleaned up a whole bunch of stuff. I've got some more stuff to clean up. But I got this all pretty much cleaned back up in here and got the dirt out of it and swept all the leaves out of it. And of course it was 50 degrees today, and the sun was out and it was absolutely beautiful, but you couldn't walk across my lawn if you wanted to. The water would right up over your boots on the grass. So it's going to be a few days before we can get back to mowing and shooting some hot rod videos. My neighbor's got some Christmas lights out still. It's pretty cool. So, all right. Let me get over here. Let's see if we can get a good thumbnail. There we go. I bet that will be a good one. See you soon. Again, thanks.